In this video, I'll be going over level 90 fully maxed out Ganyu build, skill explanation, playstyle, team comp, artifacts, weapons, and much more in order for you to do maximum DPS and damage for your Ganyu Genshin Impact. If you're new to the channel, my name is Aiden and I make Genshin Impact guides to help you build your characters at maximum potential without spending money or as little money as possible. Ganyu is the first waifu out in the banner, and not having any good cryo character in my team, or at least cryo character I wanted to play with, I am very excited to have Ganyu in my team. I am going to go into detail on what makes Ganyu so OP, but first let's go over Ganyu's skills. Ganyu's normal attacks do 6 consecutive shots. Because Ganyu is cryo, it's really easy to apply super conduct, making Ganyu's normal physical attack abusable. Ganyu's aim shots have 2 charges. First charge dishing out high cryo damage, second charge allowing Ganyu to fire Frostflake arrow dealing even higher damage, and Frostflake arrow bloom damage dealing even much more in a AoE. This charge shot is so great that Ganyu is capable of dishing out so much DPS from far away, making Ganyu the highest bow hitters in this area. You need to abuse this ability as most often as you can. Ganyu's E skill Ice Lotus inherits massive amount of Ganyu's max HP, making taunt better than ever in Genshin Impact. This skill allows Ganyu to backstep when performed, making Ganyu escape tough situation as the Lotus taunts all nearby enemies, making the enemies attack it while Ganyu continues to do her normal and charge attack. The skill damage from Lotus deals pretty good cryo damage, which is out for a duration of 6 seconds with a cooldown of 10 seconds. Ganyu's Q skill ability, Sea Shower, is where Ganyu will be capable of doing massive elemental reactions with all of your other Genshin Impact characters, as his Q skill rains ice shards from the sky, dealing cryo damage continuously for a long duration of 15 seconds. This skill has 60 energy cost, making you be able to spam this ability as long as the skill duration ends, making Ganyu one of the best supports for creating elemental reactions for your team. Ganyu's best elemental reaction is going to be Melt, as this elemental reaction gives Ganyu additional 50% damage, and if pyro characters proc Melt, they will be getting additional 100% increased damage, so Ganyu's Q skill will be your pyro main DPS character's best friend. If you have Diluc will be having the best time of his life as he continuously procs Melt, doing double damage. Not to mention Diluc's Q ability applying pyro effect in the direction, making every enemy get hit with Melt reaction. Xingling is going to be devastating with Melt combo, as her Q skill strays in the battlefield for a long duration, making her one of the best character for Melt reaction. With Amber, you are also able to hit enemies marking pyro effect onto enemies, while Ganyu can proc Melt reaction from far away, dealing massive Melt damage. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification, as I'll have many more Genshin Impact guides just like this so you won't miss anything. Super Conduct has never been so easy to proc, as Ganyu's Q skill stays in the battlefield for a long duration. This allows your physical carries to do more physical damage, allowing your team even more damage over time. Your Razor will be able to continuously dish out massive physical damage, as Ganyu and Razor should be really easy to apply Super Conduct. Having Fischl is going to be excellent, as Fischl's bird stays out in the battlefield, making it easy to apply Super Conduct. Beto's Q skill is always going to be excellent elemental reaction applier, as her Q stays with Ganyu even if she is not in the battlefield, making Ganyu do additional normal attack damage onto enemies. Super Conduct is a skill that you should be abusing, especially if your Ganyu is going to be playing the main DPS role. Arguably the best reaction for Ganyu might be the freeze elemental reaction, as this reaction immobilizes enemies, making Genshin Impact so easy. When enemies are frozen, they are not able to attack you, so you dish out free damage. This elemental reaction is so OP with Chao Tartaglia, as he is able to continuously apply freeze onto enemies with the long duration of Ganyu's Q skill. Not to mention that Blizzard Strayer set allows Ganyu to have additional 40% crit rate towards enemies that are frozen, making you deal massive damage with big numbers. Mona is also going to work well with Ganyu, as her E skill also taunts, and her Q skill is going to be doing massive damage and freezing enemies. Finally, Xingqiu is one of the most OP support, as his Q skill stays in the battlefield, applying hydro effect to enemies, making freeze happen all the time. Ganyu is also great with characters like Albedo, as you will see enemies die in the field without you doing anything. Also, Sucrose and Venti work well with Ganyu, as you are looking to do massive elemental reactions with Ganyu and the enemies will die so fast. For the best artifacts for Ganyu, I used 3 different artifact set in this video. First, I used the Wondrous Troop set, and I used the Blizzard Strayer set, and also I used the Bloodstained Chivalry set. And all of these 3 sets are all good fit for Ganyu, and I'm gonna explain the differences and the pros and cons of each artifact set. The first artifact set I'm gonna go over is the Wondrous Troop. With the 2-piece set, you're gonna increase Elemental Mastery by 80, and with the 4-piece set, you're gonna increase charge attack damage by 35% if the character uses Catalyst or a bow. And Ganyu is a bow user, so she's gonna have 35% increased damage with the charge attack, making this set really good. And not only that, Wondrous Troop, I'm sure that most of you guys will have this set available, so that what you can do is you can use Wondrous Troop before you actually go for Blizzard Strayer if you don't have Blizzard Strayer yet. For the Feather, I had attack, crit rate, and crit damage. For the Flower, I had HP, crit damage, crit rate. For the Hourglass, I had attack percent with crit damage and crit rate on it. For the Cup, I had cryo damage bonus with attack percent, energy recharge. And for the Helm, I had crit rate with crit damage on it. And for the attributes, using the Wondrous Troop set, obviously I get the Elemental Mastery, which is gonna increase melt damage. And when you apply melt with the charge attack, it's gonna have pretty big number with the melt, even though it's not 100% increased damage, it's only 50% increased damage, but still Elemental Mastery is going to help increase that damage number, making Wondrous Troop actually pretty good. Crit rate is at 55.5%, crit damage at 168%, and cryo damage bonus at 46.6%, with base attack at 2466. The second artifact set that I used on the Ganyu showcase is the Blizzard Strayer set. The 2-piece set gives you cryo damage bonus by 15%, and the 4-piece set gives additional 20% crit rate towards enemies affected by cryo, and another additional 20% that are frozen, making this set super OP if you decided to main DPS Ganyu like you should be doing, or she's gonna be secondary main DPS. So this set is going to be most widely used set for Ganyu because of that. And what this set allows you to do is actually, with double cryo on your team, you're gonna get additional crit rate, so you can have potentially 55% crit rate if you have a freeze team and with another cryo character in your team comp, making so that if you actually go crit rate Helm here, instead of crit damage you can go crit rate Helm. And what that's gonna allow Ganyu to be doing is she's gonna potentially have 100% crit rate, and she's just gonna see massive high numbers on the screen. But with this set, what you can do is you can actually stack crit damage instead of crit rate, and so you can go crit damage Helm here, or you can actually go attack percent Helm, because she actually gets crit damage with her Ascension. So you can potentially go even attack percent, and if the sub rolls here, if you have crit rate or crit damage on it, or even attack, then your Ganyu is going to be doing massive damage, and that's why this set is very good. For the Feather, I had attack, crit damage, Elemental Mastery, and attack percent. For the Flower, I had HP, crit damage, and a lot of attack percent. For the Hourglass, I had attack percent and crit rate on it. For the Cup, I used cryo damage bonus with crit damage, Elemental Mastery, and attack. And for the Helm, I had crit damage, and I also used the crit rate Helm. For the attributes for Blizzard Strayer, I had Elemental Mastery at 119, pretty good rolls on Elemental Mastery, so this was a plus. But the only thing that's gonna benefit is gonna be melt, and really it's not 100% melt damage, only 50% increase, so it's not as good, but it still helps with the damage. Crit rate is at 11.6%. I have crit damage Helm on right now, but if you are running double cryo and getting the buffs from the Strayer set, then you're gonna get additional 55% potentially against frozen enemies, so you're gonna be having upwards to 66% looking like. Crit damage at 191%, cryo damage bonus at 61.6%. And the final set that I did use on the Ganyu showcase is the 4-piece Bloodstained Chivalry set. Now this set is absolutely OP when it comes to main DPS Ganyu. I'm sure a few people will opt in for this set, but then the 2-piece bonus is going to give you physical damage bonus of 25%, and the 4-piece set bonus is going to give you additional 50% damage on the charge attack, making this set absolutely the most devastating damage output set for Ganyu. And what this set allows you to do is actually you're going to be auto attacking, and you're going to be doing normal and charge attack with Ganyu. So you're going to be trying to do super conduct, and you're going to be firing arrows from far away, doing a lot of normal attacks and enabling charge attacks. That's why I think this set is really good on Ganyu. With this set, actually Ganyu will do the most damage output, but it's not the most optimal set. I think it just kind of depends on what substat roles you have and your team comp, making so that you can decide which set you want to go for, and also the dungeons that you're actually going for. If you're going for the Bloodstained set, obviously you're gonna go for the Noblesse set as well, so that's like a win-win situation. For the Feather, which was really bad rolls here, I leveled this up because I wanted to showcase this. I had attack, crit damage, and elemental mastery on it. For the Flower, I had HP, crit rate, and crit damage on it. For the Hourglass, I had attack, crit damage, and crit rate on it. For the Cup, I had cryo damage bonus with crit damage and elemental mastery on it. And for the Helm, I had crit damage with crit rate on it. And for the attributes, I had crit rate at 20.2%, crit damage at 226%, and cryo damage bonus at 46.6%. And the crit rate is so low, so I didn't really use this set often, but testing the numbers, this set gave me the most numbers. But obviously I need to work on my rolls and my substats because crit rate is way too low and this is not optimal way to roll. What you want to be doing is you want to have crit damage much lower and crit rate much higher at this situation. So looking at least 50% crit rate, crit damage at probably like 180 or 190%. I think that's going to be showcasing the most DPS potential and the best balance for Ganyu. And all the artifacts set, Wondrous Troupe, Blizzard Strayer, or the Bloodstained, they were almost equally in the same amount of damage, upwards from 25,000 to 29,000. Bloodstained gave out the most charge attack damage. Wondrous Troupe came in second, and Blizzard Strayer came in third, but they were very close. And my substat rolls on the Blizzard Strayer is the worst among the three. I'm just letting you guys know. Case normal and charge attack at level 9, getting extra 1 from Child Tartaglia's passive talent. And for main DPS Ganyu, or in Ganyu sub DPS role, and that's how you should play Ganyu, I feel like normal and charge attack is absolute must, and you should really prioritize on leveling your normal and charge attack first, because you're getting way too much damage increase with the Frostbreak Arrow Bloom damage. And because it does so much damage here, you can see that Frostbreak Arrow damage does 230% and Frostbreak Arrow Bloom damage does 392%, more than 600% damage at level 10. The E skill, I have it at level 6, and for the Q skill, I have it at level 6. For the constellation for my Ganyu, it's absolute 0 constellation, free to play Ganyu. The first constellation is going to decrease resistance of the cryo when you use your charge attack, which is pretty good, and you get increased energy regeneration for Ganyu. The third one is going to increase the Q skill by 3. The fourth one is going to increase damage taken by the enemies that's inside the Q, making Q even more devastating. The fifth one increases level 3 with the E skill. For level 6, for constellation 6, it's going to allow Ganyu to do charge attack without you charging if you use the E skill, making Constellation 6 actually really OP. For the best weapons for Ganyu, the 5-star Amos Bow is going to be absolute the best weapon for Ganyu. The reason is because it increases normal and charge attack, and that's why this weapon is really good. And the attack percent increase is going to allow Ganyu to do more damage on all of her skills, and not only that, the high base attack is just gonna make her dish out massive numbers. The Black Cliff is going to be another good option for 4-star weapon, and I'm gonna showcase a free-to-play Ganyu build using Black Cliff weapon. And this weapon is good because it's going to have crit damage and attack percent increase as you kill enemies, especially for main DPS or sub main DPS Ganyu. This is going to be a really good option. And so if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, enable notification, because that video showcasing this weapon as a free-to-play Ganyu is coming up next in the next day or two. Stringless is not going to be the best option for Ganyu because you're looking to do normal and charge attack with her. Skyward Harp is going to be a good option because it's 5-star, have good base attack on it, crit rate and crit damage on it. Depending on what artifact you're running, Iridescent Hunt can actually be a good option. And as an absolute free-to-play Prototype Crescent can be an okay option, or a good option if this is highly refined, because it's going to increase attack by massive amount if it's highly refined, making this weapon actually really good option. In case you missed my latest video, it should pop up here. Make sure to come check me out in live stream, and I'll be answering all of your questions, particularly in your individual needs. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.